So I did take it upon myself to just, you know, man, don't worry, no worries, you know. And also I look, again, the youngest. So like I said, me being the youngest played a big role. So what I mean by that, the effects that it had, and I was waiting for my turn.
Right.
You know,
and this was your turn.
Yeah, I didn't want everybody to go. I would love for my turn to be while everybody was, but shit, if that was how I got my turn, then this is my turn. Yeah, this is my turn. That also, what that means is my immaturity as far as age had too much. I didn't have any worries about the business side of it like that. I wasn't really worrying about what I'm not getting, what I'm supposed to be getting. Things like music, man. These guys are giving me the time to do my dream, chase my dream. I don't have to go to school. I don't have to do what my friends doing. You know what I mean? Then when I do go to school, I'm the talk of the class. I was on TV and this, that,
and that was enough for you?
Yeah, that was enough for me. I was 15.
And whose idea was it to go the mixtape route and do all the mixtapes relentlessly?
That was me. That was just me, plain and simple. That was me. You know what that was, bro? Let me explain what that is. The mixtapes came from, and he can tell you.
Because you changed the landscape of mixtapes by yourself.
He can tell you when I explain how they came. In New Orleans, he knew us. In New Orleans, we had a way of rap. We had a way of rapping, and still to this day, you know, they got bounce music, but it wasn't bounce. I'm talking about just rap.
Right.
We had a way of rapping, meaning we talk about a certain thing, we say it in a certain way, we use certain slangs, to almost where it was like how the Cali and how the East Coast, West Coast thing, West Coast had their thing, and it's almost kind of, it was forbidden for them to say son, a kid, or something like that.
Say water?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So that's why at that time, he can tell you I was a Nori fan, I was a Jay fan, Baby ain't know who them people were.
So you wanted to mix all that up.
So I wanted to get, when in school, when I'm with my homies and we in the circle and everybody somebody want to hear Lil Wayne rap, I'm coming with that check. You know what I mean? When it's Baby, it was like school. When I get to the studio and Baby and them want to hear what you got, it's about to be that head bust off top. Grab the chopper and chop. You know what I mean? At the top is my spot, bling bling. You know what I mean? It's about to be war day. I got 20-inch rims on my, but at school, I'm about to, look, son, I'm a little kid, you know what I mean? And that's what, so now I had an outlet to do it. You could do all this on this and you could put it out. You could just put it out on the CD and give them out and see what it do. And Baby, at first when it happened,
now you wasn't get paid for the mixtapes, right?
I've never been paid for a mixtape. I refuse.
You hear this, you fucking new artist?
Yeah, I refuse.
Wait, say this again. You've never been paid for a mixtape?
I've never been paid for none of my mixtapes. I've never...
I'm concerned.
No, it's me just, like I said, that's what it's always been, an outlet for me to get the music I want to, you know what I mean?
That was your freedom. The mixtape was your freedom.
And being the Hot Boys was perfect.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was just, I looked at it as, that's school, man. That's a test. I'm about to go past this damn test when I get to that studio. My verse gonna be the hardest. That was always about who you want to go first. That was the thing. Who everybody say, yo, you go start the song off first. That always let us know that he liked your verse the most. You know what I mean? So if you go back and listen to him, I started off a lot of them songs. I started off a lot of them, so that means he liked my verse a lot.
You know, when Lil Wayne came out, he was the fourth member of the Hot Boys. You had Juvenile, you had BG, you had Turk. Since he was older, I would say he was number 3, and Lil Wayne was number 4. We know based on popularity, it was really Wayne was 3, but Turk was older just in the hierarchy, how everybody was looking at it, especially from a marketing perspective, Wayne was number 4. And he was extremely young. He was like 13, 14 years old when all this really started popping. But the fact that he was already thinking about how he has to speak to a specific demographic and audience to get them to respond and appreciate him shows how much of a marketing genius he is and shows how much he really understands the music industry and the music business. There's a lot of things that you can take away from this clip. I'm gonna completely break it down for y'all. But before I do that, make sure you hit like, you hit share, you follow, subscribe, watch a whole bunch of videos, man. You on YouTube, just go binge watch. You on Instagram, go binge watch our reels, our TikToks, our shorts. We're pumping out a lot of content. But right here, I'm gonna give y'all exactly how Lil Wayne was marketing himself as not only a very young independent artist, but once he got signed and how it can help you with your music career. Stay locked in.
My ducks, my swans, welcome to the pond.
My name is Dorian from Group82University.com, and right here we got Dwayne Michael Carter Jr. or the third. I think he's Jr. because Eminem's the third. Don't ask me how I know that. Talking about how he was marketing himself as an independent artist. So anybody that might not be familiar with New Orleans rap in the late 90s and early 2000s, it had a very specific vernacular. You know, the Bay Area, Oakland with Too Short and E40 and Mac Dre, rest in peace, they had their own sound, they had their own vernacular, and they had a lot of movements that came out as, such as the hyphy movement. In the West Coast, what we consider West Coast rap, outside the Bay Area in LA, you know, Dr. Dre, Snoop, Cube, Mac 10, they all had their specific sound as well, and we knew it came from LA and certain vernacular. You heard Wayne talk about how East Coast rappers, Jay-Z, Nas, Nori, Wu-Tang Clan, they would always say kid and say son. New Orleans had their own thing too. That's where the Wode came in. Wode. I missed that shit, man. That shit was fucking hype back then. Anybody that was rapping from New Orleans, whether it was No Limit, whether it was Cash Money, they was always throwing that into their rhymes. We didn't really know what it meant, but we knew that that distinguished New Orleans from everywhere else. Wayne knew that in order for him to get on records, on the record label he was signed to, Cash Money Records, which was owned by two New Orleans dudes, brothers, Baby and Slim, that he would have to speak to them in a language they understood. So when he got into the studio, he gave them what they wanted. When he got to school, this is his peers. They need to see I'm the best rapper out, so therefore I'm a rap like all the New York dudes that I've been listening to. This is exactly how you have to approach your own music. A lot of y'all approach music with just this one-size-fits-all mentality. I'm gonna be just a super duper rapper with super deep lyrics and all these entendres and couplets. It's gonna be amazing and everybody's gonna study the linguistics. I'm gonna be talked about like Shakespeare. And that might happen. There might be a group of people in this world that really rock with you on that. But there's gonna be a group of people in this world that listen to your music and they want something they can groove to. They want something they can dance to. They want something they can ride to. They want some escapism that doesn't challenge them intellectually. And for those of you that might be those deep intellectual rappers, you have to find a way to give people the medicine inside of the candy. You have to find a way to give them all those complex messages and social statements that you might want to make inside of something that's easily digestible. This is something I had to learn when I was coming up. A lot of people be listening to my song, Don't Sleep. It got millions of streams. Is that a deep song? No. Is it a socially conscious song? No. Does it have a message? No. Am I rapping at an extremely fast or difficult level? Absolutely not. What's the point of that song? To bob your goddamn head. And that's what it did. Millions of times. I set a goal for that song and I marketed and I targeted to that demographic and they ran with it, and that's how I got this plaque back here. I have deeper songs, more intellectual songs. The One on my album Every Scar Has a Story, it's the final song called The One, probably my best rap performance. Michael Porter, I talk about college basketball and gambling with college students, and I predict the NIL before it even happens. These are all the things that I talk about in these other songs, but people don't seem to gravitate towards those. Why? Because they need something that is easy to digest. Before Lil Wayne became one of the greatest rappers of all time, we knew him as a sidekick dude, the wobbity wobbity, the little kid that was basically an accessory on a dope Juvenile or BG song. He knew that was his role and he played it. Once everything happened with Cash Money, he left, he had to put them on his back. When he put Cash Money on his back, do you think Wayne was going with the Woody? He was still saying it sometimes, but if you listen to him, when he got to the Carter, he got rid of that. He started rapping like the rappers he wanted to rap like, and look at who he turned into. You have to know your target demo. You have to know your target audience, and most importantly, you have to know how they digest and listen to music. That's why when y'all give unsolicited opinions about someone's music or their videos or their social media content, it doesn't mean shit. To anyone who's a true creative, they don't care because it's not for you. Don't Sleep isn't for somebody who's deep in the lyrics. It's not. It's for people that want something to lift to, something that they can bang in their trunk, something they can party to for a little bit. That's what the song is for. The One isn't something you're gonna play inside the club. The One is for people that really want to study the lyrics and see if I know how to rap or not. You gotta give versatility inside of your music to be able to feed your audience, and that's how your audience grows. Lil Wayne did this, and he showed other people like Drake, who already knew, but he did this. Look at where he is. Nicki Minaj, you think she did Starships on accident? That was no accident. She needed a pop EDM club hit because she was a global superstar. Look what it did for her career. And then people like Peter Rosenberg want to talk crazy about her on the Hot 97 stage saying that's not real hip hop. When you look at Rosenberg's background, he's not going to understand Starships because it's not for you. We can be versatile. We can walk and chew gum. Every rapper doesn't have to be super deep lyrical, spiritual miracle. And every rapper doesn't have to be somebody that raps about club shit. If you are an artistic consumer, you need to have an open mind if you truly love art. If you want art to sound a certain way, go find the art that you like and shut the fuck up crying about about it. As a content creator, you make the stuff you want to make, and you do it with genuine energy and passion, it's going to find the people it's supposed to find. If you really need help trying to find that target audience, like I did, it took me 6 years to figure this out. I put all inside my class, How to Market Your Music on Social Media. The first game is about how to find your target audience and how to make content for them that's easy for them to digest.
Do you want to chart #1 on iTunes? Do you want to have millions of streams on Spotify? Do you want to make hundreds of thousands of dollars from your music like Dorian has? He has a course and it teaches you all of this. Link in the description. Check it out.